Welcome back to King TV. I'm your host D Willa, and this is the second part of episode 2. And we're gonna take it national this time to probably the biggest story that's been going on this week or last week, whatever you want to call it. My man Muhammad in Irving, Texas, a young 14-year-old kid getting arrested and 3-day suspension for bringing something that resembled a bomb to school. Now, I want to put up the picture of what he brought to school in a real bomb, and you explain and you just see if it looks the same. And obviously, looking at what we're looking at, you see that the motherfuckers look pretty goddamn similar. Now, I don't care who you are. It's 2015. If you're going to bring something with a time display and wires in a briefcase to school, and it's not the science project, it's not science project day, you just want to bring it for some reason, you probably need to get talked to. Do you need to get arrested after you explained and after they know it's not a bomb? No, but is 3-day suspension reasonable? I think it is. I had, again, one of the producers of the show, Matt, he had a friend at U of H. This is a college kid who is an artist, and he was making art with little, whatever they're called, little circuits and boards, right? And the fire department came. This is a white guy. Fire department came, took it, said, "We know you're doing art, but it looks like a bomb, and you can't do that anymore. This is pretty serious business." So, Ahmed, who when he spoke, he seemed like a intelligent kid. He didn't seem like he was the nerd that didn't know anything. Seems like he was a pretty intelligent kid. So I'm 100% sure, knew that what he was doing looked like a bomb. I mean, it had wires and a time display in a case. That's what bombs look like. Now, everybody's saying that it's all racism and it's all Islamophobia, and some of it is. I mean, we've got to keep it real. We've got to keep it 100% real, even though the people that are actually blowing up the USA with bombs are young white guys. Everywhere else around the world, it's young Muslim men bombing people. And that's what the media has portrayed. Now, right or wrong, that's what we see. So as a 14-year-old kid, and also with his father being like a pro, not anti-American, but like a pro anti-Islamophobia guy, who is fighting against anti-Islamophobia, or fighting for or against whatever. And so he's been raised with understanding what it is. To bring that to school was a dumb move for the kid, like 100%. And as smart as he seemed and who his dad is, I'm willing to bet that this was all a calculated move by them. Because he's too smart for that. When his kid talks, he wasn't shy about talking to all those people. He wasn't shy about getting to go to the White House. Well, I'll bring that up later. He was a smart kid. And it's no way a 14-year-old kid in America these days, he's born and raised in America, these days could not know what a bomb is. And there's no way a 14-year-old Muslim kid born in America would not understand that he's putting himself at a different risk when it comes to bringing something that looks like a bomb to school. That they already got your eye on you. I'm a black man. I know what it's like to be a black man. I know that there's some things that if I do, right or wrong, that they're going to get me in a little different situation than if anybody else did it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that if a white kid or a black kid brought a something that looked like a bomb to school, they wouldn't get in trouble, which I stated to earlier that my friend Matt, he has a friend, he didn't get in trouble, but they confiscated what he had, his art project, and told him it looked like a bomb. So we got to keep it real. Both sides were pretty much at fault here. Should they have took the kid to jail and did all that extra stuff? They didn't call the bomb squad, so they knew it wasn't a bomb. You know what I'm saying? The story goes that I heard last night was that he brought it to one class, the teacher's like, cool. He brought it to another class, the teacher was like, cool. He brought it to another class, the teacher questioned him, and he really didn't want to say nothing about what it was. Like maybe his dad told him to just bring this to class, don't say shit about it, and see what happens. You know, maybe I might be wrong. These are just my opinions. I might be wrong. I might be right. But that's how I feel about it because he's 14 years old. This isn't a 9-year-old. He knows what's going on. So should he have got arrested? Probably not because it was a clock. He made it as a clock, But should people be a little worried about somebody bringing a something that maybe looks like a bomb? If we can bring the picture up again, it doesn't look just like a bomb, but it looks pretty damn similar. I would want the teachers at my daughter and son's school to ask questions about that. And questions should be asked, Muslim or not. And being the fact that he's Muslim and he's a brown man, a brown Middle Eastern descent male, he should understand what it was, and I think he did understand what it was, So, I just wanted to say that about that. Both sides were sort of wrong. I think both sides were a little out of control. Well, maybe not out of control. Taking him to jail was probably a little out of control when you knew it wasn't a bomb and he kept explaining it was a clock. But bringing something in a box with wires and a time display at 14 years old for no reason, just because you wanted to show your teachers what you can do, I also think that is sort of a foolish move. Maybe not out of control. Maybe he was naive. But like I said, the way he spoke, I don't think he's a naive kid. Who his dad is, I don't think he's a naive kid. I think this was a move probably by his father or somebody he knew to, just to see what was going to happen. Then our boy, who I voted for the first time, not the second time, invited Ahmed to the White House. And everybody was crunk about that. Now, just the other day, I saw a video of a kid jaywalking, getting punched in the face by the police, slammed, and then 5 police came, slammed him on the ground while people are screaming and hollering. He was really done bad. He didn't just get arrested for 3 hours and taken back and 3 days of suspension. He got beat up by the police. He didn't get invited to the White House. When Eric Gardner was choked out by the police and killed on the city streets in New York, I believe, his family wasn't invited to the White House. When in Houston, these kids, somebody just hit a bus and it fell off the highway and kids died, their family wasn't invited to the White House. When recently, when Officer Goforth was shot and killed in an ambush or whatever for no reason, his family wasn't invited to the White House. So what makes this kid who made a dumbass decision, some of these people didn't make dumb decisions. Why was this kid invited to the White House when people that were died and beat didn't make it to the White House? I think that was a poor decision by Obama, man. I don't know what he's thinking about that. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I just don't get it, and that's what I'm gonna say about that. Now let's talk. I was speaking about Officer Goforth, and recently this was an officer in Houston that was I think he was pumping his gas or something, and a guy came down on him and shot him. Black man came and shot him. They were trying to blame the Black Lives Matter movement, but they found out this guy was just he was sort of deranged, maybe had mental issues, and he just shot a cop. mean, people do shoot cops. People do see stuff on TV and maybe got mad and get mad and want to do stuff, especially when they're crazy. Had nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter movement, even if they try to put those two together. But it came out that Officer Goforth was cheating on his wife. And to that, I say, to my brothers and sisters of the black race, because like I said, we're all brothers and sisters. But to our brothers and sisters of the black race, we get upset when when people get killed by the police and they go and they try to bring up dirt on them. You know, that's the first thing they seem to do to us when we get killed by police. Well, this kid, he smoked weed. Trayvon Martin smoked weed. Eric Gardner was selling cigarettes on the thing. That doesn't matter when young black men or young black people are getting killed by the police, nor does Officer Goforth having an affair matter about him getting gunned down. We can't be mad when they do it, when the media does it to us, and then be happy when the media does it to the officer. You know what I'm saying? We've got to approach it the same way, or we won't get any, or people won't respect what you're doing. You need to love everybody the same way. If you didn't want Trayvon Martin's history being brought up because he was ridiculously killed by old boy, you shouldn't want Officer Goforth's information, his past being brought up because he was gunned down by a black man for no reason. They're both killed for no reason. We all are sinners. We all have stuff that if they found out, it can make us all look bad. Everybody has something in them. So, you know, I have stuff that I've done in the past. Everybody has stuff that they've done in the past that can come bite them. That has nothing to do with getting killed, killed for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to thank y'all again for listening to the show. That's what I'm going to leave it on that. We need to love each other and always keep it real. We need to keep it real 100% of the time. That's what it's all about, keeping it real. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. You know what I'm saying? Again, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank y'all for watching the last show, even if you liked it or not. I want to shout out to my boy Suge. I did say separation of church and state, and that's what America was brought out, came up on. And so just want to leave it there. Again, thank you for watching King TV. Holla at me at Will of the King on Twitter, Will of the King on Instagram, and you can check us out at hdub.kingtv on YouTube if you want. Hopefully we'll be on headwreckas.com this week. Shout out to A. Hughes. Doe Beezy, we miss you this week. Maybe we can catch you next time. We'll see you. King TV, we're out. Peace.
You can't believe everything you see on the TV. You can't believe everything you read in a magazine. You can't believe all the bullshit on the internet. But when I speak, it's the truth, so believe it.